Chapter 10. Proclamation of the Qualities of Bearing in Mind. Past deeds and the present attitude to perfect wisdom. Thereupon it occurred to Sakra, chief of gods, those who come to hear of this perfection of wisdom must be people who have fulfilled their duties under the former jinas, who have planted wholesome roots under many Buddhas, who have been taken hold of by good friends. How much more so those who take up this perfection of wisdom, bear it in mind, study, spread and explain it, and who, in addition, train in thusness, progress to thusness, make efforts about thusness. They are endowed with more than trifling wholesome roots. They will be people who have honored many Buddhas, and who have again and again questioned them. It was just this perfection of wisdom which they have heard in the past in the presence of former Tathagatas. They have planted wholesome roots under many Buddhas, those sons and daughters of good family who, when just this perfection of wisdom is being taught, explained and repeated, will not become cowed or stolid, will not become cast down or depressed, will not turn their minds away from it or have their backs broken, will not tremble, be frightened, be terrified. Sariputra read Sakra's thoughts and said, like an irreversible bodhisattva, one should regard that person who, when just this deep perfection of wisdom is being taught and explained, has faith in it, and, trusting, firmly believing, his heart, full of serene faith, raises a thought directed toward enlightenment, takes up, etc., this perfection of wisdom, trains in thusness, progresses to thusness, makes efforts about thusness. For this perfection of wisdom is deep, O Lord, and therefore someone with diminutive wholesome roots, who, unwilling to ask questions, has learned nothing when face to face with the Buddhas and Lords in the past, and who has not practiced in the past, cannot just here believe in this so deep perfection of wisdom. And as to those who neither believe in it nor understand it, and who decide to reject it, in the past also they have rejected this deep perfection of wisdom when it was taught, and that in consequence of the inadequacy of their wholesome roots. For those who have not practiced in the past cannot believe in this perfection of wisdom. When they reject it now, they have also rejected it in the past, and that is the reason why, when this deep perfection of wisdom is being taught, they have no faith, or patience, or pleasure, or desire to do, or vigor, or vigilance, or resolve. And in the past also they have questioned neither the Buddhas, the Lords, nor their disciples. Sakra said, Deep, O holy Sariputra, is the perfection of wisdom. It is not at all astonishing that, when it is being taught, a bodhisattva would not believe in it if he had not practiced it in the past. Sakra then said to the Lord, I pay homage, O Lord, to the perfection of wisdom. One pays homage to the cognition of the all-knowing when one pays homage to the perfection of wisdom. The Lord said, So it is. For from it has come forth the all-knowledge of the Buddhas, the Lords, and conversely the perfection of wisdom is brought about as something that has come forth from the cognition of the all-knowing. That is why one should course, stand, progress, and make efforts in this perfection of wisdom. Sakra asked, How does a bodhisattva who courses in perfect wisdom become one who has stood in the perfection of wisdom? How does he make efforts about the perfection of wisdom? The Lord said, Well said, Kausika. Well said again. Well said, Kausika, since you have decided to question the Tathagata about this matter. In that you have been inspired by the Buddha's might, here, Kausika, a bodhisattva who courses in perfect wisdom does not stand in form, etc., does not stand in the notion that this is form. He does not apply himself to the notion that this is form, etc. Insofar as he does not apply himself to the notion that this is form, etc., he does not stand in the notion that this is form, etc. Thus he becomes one who has stood in perfect wisdom. Thus he makes efforts. Sariputra said, Deep, O Lord, is the perfection of wisdom. Hard to fathom is the perfection of wisdom. Hard to grasp is the perfection of wisdom. Unlimited is the perfection of wisdom. The Lord said, So it is, Sariputra. He does not stand in the notion that form, etc., is deep. Insofar as he does not stand in this notion, he makes efforts about form, etc. He does not make efforts about the notion that form, etc., is deep. Insofar as he makes no efforts about this notion, he does not stand in the notion that form, etc., is deep.